All right. Welcome baup to episode 7 of the Quarterbacks in Exchange. Yeah, I don't know the.
No music this time, huh?
Oh no, yeah, because I'm getting error pop-ups on my screen. That's why.
Hey, we'll add it. It's okay. I can add it in post.
All right, cool. So welcome back to the Quarterbacks in Exchange, episode 7. This is week 12.
I think we're going into week 13, man.
Week
of college
13.
football.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
week
Let me
13.
double check.
While we're
week
doing that,
13.
we're brought to you by the Fieldhouse Network. The Untimed Down has been steadily posting. Check out Kobe's TikTok. He's going. I don't know if he's going nuts necessarily, but he's definitely posting on there, so that's cool. Man,
Yeah, give him some love, man.
yeah,
He's
Kobe's doing some work for them for sure. I
on
haven't
TikTok
even
for
watched
sure.
it, to be honest with you. I need
That's
to.
fucked up.
That's bad. That is bad. That's bad on me for sure.
But
what I did was play it on my computer at work, and like while I was in and out of the office, it's still playing, so it's still getting the views.
Yeah, okay, I got you. But we have some big news for the first time. We have a guest on our show. It's my man Tanner Coffey, fellow OU fan. So just like with this podcast, every other podcast, we're all a group of friends here. Me and Tanner, we were friends in high school. Me and Tatum, we met in college. So now this is worlds colliding for me for the first time. So yeah, man, Tanner, we're excited to have you on, man. Obviously, we're
perfect.
OU fans,
I'm excited to be on.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of good stuff to talk about today, especially to Tate, who had some pretty interesting things to say about OU last week. So
yeah, I can't wait to hear.
So, all right, man. Tatum, where do you want to start, man? We're not going to get into pick'ems. I do have like some games I want to talk about from this last week, just because it was a crazy weekend in college football, kind of, which is some things that happened. A lot of really good games, and then some games we thought were going to be good just weren't even competitive. Looking at you, Texas.
It's trash points, man, trash time.
Well, hey, if you want, man, we can go ahead and get that out of the way if you want. We can just jump into Georgia and Texas.
Let's get into it because
all right, man.
I'd rather have it now rather than later. Let's just get it over.
Okay. Well, I'll let you go first, man. Go ahead, share your thoughts on what you saw from the game, your takeaways.
One, I want people to acknowledge their thoughts on Arch is just wrong. Okay, Arch is a great quarterback. Arch is playing tremendously better. 2, I told you last week. I think this was obviously accurate throughout the entire game. I don't think our athletes can out athlete theirs, and that showed every quarter, every down. Right? They can't catch the fucking ball. I don't know what the fuck happened, bro. I don't know what happened, dude. I just want to cry because these guys are 5 stars. These guys are high 4 stars, 5 stars. What the fuck's happened? Everybody's saying, why don't y'all pull the 5 stars off the bench? These are the 5 stars on the field, bro. How are we getting open and dropping balls? Ryan Wingo is godly. You can even say if he would just catch 3/4 of the balls, his trash route running would get overlooked. You know what I mean? Because he's not the best route runner. He's a deep ball merchant, unfortunately, and he's not catching balls. D-Moore,
hey, to be fair, I wish we had somebody who could catch a deep ball.
D-Moore is probably our most consistent. He dropped balls, bro. He dropped balls. I don't even know where Parker Livingstone's at. We had a healthy roster. Where was he? Nowhere to be found. You know what I mean? Offensive line, I think, held up great. I don't know how many times they actually sacked Arch, meaningful sacks.
I don't know what you mean by meaningful, but he got sacked 3 times.
I know, but when I say meaningful, like was it so close at that time, or was it fucking down by 30? You know what I mean? That's what I mean. Sacks are sacks. I'm not taking it away, but Georgia's defensive line wasn't great. They had like 8 sacks coming into this game.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
Now and then we give up 3, which is the same case with Florida when we went into the swamp.
Almost half of what they had for the year, man.
Yeah. And that's the same case with Florida when we go to the swamp. They literally had the worst defensive line in the SEC. And then we just got railed. I think we kind of thought we weathered that storm better. But then, I don't know. We just can't consistently play on offense. Defense was whatever. I don't know. Like, our DBs and safeties, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Our defensive backs coach, our safeties coach, which I kind of agree with these takes, that motherfucker is get out. He's 70. He's old. He might not. I think he's actually like literally 60. So 70 is a little bit of exaggeration.
Who is your DB coach?
The safeties coach is like something.
Is it the Gideon guy that played for Texas?
No. he's a DB's coach, I think. I don't think
Okay.
he's head DB coach, but there's a Akina or something. I can't remember. But
Mhm.
he just hasn't been good. And the defense, you called it, Chase. I mean, I hate to agree with you on this, but it has fallen off. I think the back five have. I think the front seven is still as good as ever. We
Yeah. Yeah,
consistently,
Colin Simmons is still an animal, man.
yeah. Colin Simmons, Hero
I hate
Canoe.
that guy.
Colin Simmons or Hero Canoe. Either way,
Well, Hero Canoe picked Texas over Oklahoma, so that
yeah.
guy can suck it. I hope he's having fun.
Our defensive line, honestly, his friends have played great, bro. What's that to show? You know, if we're playing a team that's stolen the ball, that is a mean thing. Yeah, we can get sacks, but if they're
Mhm.
getting the ball off more times than we're sacking them, and they got the athletes that are able to catch them with no issues, what's it matter? Doesn't matter at all. Um, I think it shows that our passing defense is the one weakness we have on defense.
Mhm.
That means we're extremely beatable. That said, we're going into Arkansas off field drama now. Chase, you listen to the Desmond Howard video. That's
Yeah,
weird.
Tanner, I don't know if you saw that, what Desmond Howard had to say about the Texas job today.
No, I didn't hear it.
You can
Desmond
share it, Tate, if you want.
Desmond said that we were, everyone, you thought you guys were shocked when BK was kicked out of LSU. Wait to see how shocked you were when that job in Austin comes open.
So he's thinking Texas is already done, looking for a new head coach.
Well, I think he even said later in the video that a mutual parting ways or whatever. If Texas fires him, they owe him $70 million.
Well, also think about this. You don't remember the report that came out a couple weeks ago about Sark putting out feelers for the NFL, and then he had to
Well,
For
say
the
that was a
Titans, I
bullshit
think it was,
rumor.
wasn't it? For
yes,
Tennessee,
and I can't blame him
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
Cam
think
Ward.
there's a couple things I think that I wouldn't be shocked why. I think it's going to be personal reasons. One, if the NFL, I mean, I'm not gonna. It's harder to win in the NFL, but as far as like work, there's a lot less work in the NFL as a head coach rather than college because you have everything the
Yeah,
NFL
you don't
has.
have to recruit.
Exactly,
NFL, you have more of an off season. I mean, you don't have
exactly,
to work. You're not recruiting year round.
exactly. And he just had another kid that was in the
Damn.
Nick U for a long time, like for a long time.
Oh,
So
damn.
and he's had obviously we know his off field issues in the past. I'm not saying that's a counter, but I'm thinking there's a lot of stuff building up. It wouldn't shock me to see if he left if it was because of that. But that
Mhm.
said, going we should have 2 games left. With it depending on how it goes, if Texas wins out and some other teams lose, there's a chance Texas makes it. However, that is that's still very much alive. And with A&M, Arkansas coming this week, 2 rivals by the way, Arkansas and A&M to close the season out.
Yeah,
Arkansas
you're
trap
talking
game
about.
for anyone.
I was about to say, you were talking about last weekend being trap game. These are actual trap games,
Yeah,
man. Like this is an
100%.
actual trap game.
I don't know. I have to look into Arkansas. The only thing is I know about them is they play a lot of close games or have played a lot of close games this season.
They almost beat LSU last weekend.
Bobby Petrino can put up some points too. That's what he can do.
Yes, and
He
I
can't
think
stop
And
anybody, but
Taylor
he can
Green
put
is
up some
so good.
points.
and he's
Taylor
trying
Green is
to. I think Petrino's coaching to get the job because he's interim head coach right now, right? He's not the actual head
I
coach.
think if you put Green on probably 7 or 8 other rosters in the SEC, he's a top 5 quarterback
I mean, dude,
in college
imagine if he was
football.
playing for Oklahoma, dude. Oh
Oh,
my
good
God.
lord! I don't think you'd have 2 losses on Oklahoma's schedule.
Probably not. No.
So yeah, I
And it's
mean, we'll
frustrating.
see.
I'm not going to get back into the if things went differently type of way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I just that Texas game baffles me because like that is the worst game OU's played by far. Like by far. Like even in our other loss to Ole Miss, we still put up 26 and it was a 1-score game. Like Texas beat us by 3 scores. And like every time I go back and think about that, man, it just kind of baffles me. But like it's something that me and you talk about every year, Tate. Like you can never predict what's going to happen in Red River. You can never
Ever.
predict what's going to happen. It's such a weird ass
Ever.
game, dude.
And look at the
Like
flip it's doing. Look at the flip it's done. Like you said, the highs and the lows. You thought OU was gonna. They've soared back up. You know what I mean?
mhm.
Now Texas is kind of back on the looking down, and we'll see how it
Well,
ends. But golly,
and then we talked about it back after Red River. And we said, I told you normally in the years that recently that OU has been able to beat Texas, they did not handle success for the rest of the season that well because when Brent beat Texas, we were undefeated and we were ranked number 6 going into the next week. And then we almost lost to UCF. And then we lost to Kansas and Oklahoma State. And we didn't make it to the Big 12 championship.
Both trap
So,
games. OU goes to Tuscaloosa, wins, prints T-shirts again, and now we're coming into another
Yeah.
trap game. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, dude, I know.
The
I'll tell you
T-shirts.
this though.
Stop printing T-shirts after a big win. It's not been good so far.
I still have that Texas shirt. It's
It's in my closet. I'll never get rid of it. But I think it's cursed now at this point. Every time I wear it, it's on the OU Texas game, and it just never turns out my favor now.
Yeah. So I do have some thoughts on the Georgia Texas game, but Tanner, you actually picked Texas to win over Georgia, so I kind of want to hear your thoughts on the game.
I did.
What surprised you about it?
I thought Texas had turned the corner, and I hate to say that. I thought they kind of figured this offense out. Arch seemed to be playing better. They seemed to kind of start clicking on offense. Wingo learned how to catch the ball, on their last game. Coming into Georgia, they were good. Texas was hanging with Georgia, through 3 quarters, and then that fourth quarter started.
It was a ball game.
Yeah. Texas is like, what's funny is I was actually at an event and I was having to watch the Texas game on my phone, and the event's over and I'm watching the great Patty Gasso.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, she came to our town, bro.
Yeah, Patty Gasso's in McAllister. It was great. But anyway, I get in the car. It's 10-14. I drive home. It's a 6-minute drive. By the time I get home, I think the score is 35-10. And I was like, hold on, what just happened?
Everything changed in the fourth quarter, man.
Onside kick, really messed things up. Georgia scored 3 times I think it was 3 times in the same time. In that same time frame, Texas only ran 3 offensive plays.
Yeah, dude, you want to listen to this? You want to know a fun little thing that I noticed? Because I rewatched the game a couple times today because I didn't get to watch the entire thing on Saturday, so I watched it a couple times today. The Texas offense scored their only touchdown of the game. There was 5 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter, and it was 14-10. The next time Arch and that offense stepped on the field, there was 8 minutes and 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they were down 28-10.
Insane. We got out-coached, bro.
For reference, that is a 9-minute game difference that Texas's offense was not on the field, and that equated to probably 45 real-life minutes.
Yes.
So,
we got out-coached, it was badly, bro. So badly on both sides of the ball. No run game. Running backs, we got both of them are glass. We ain't got nothing behind them. I don't know what's going on, bro. That doesn't help anything. I thought we turned the corner with that. I thought I was like, okay, we're good. We got CB back, bro. What's up? Nope. Bro,
Tatum, I got a question. Tatum, I got a question for you, and then I'll leave Texas alone.
Right.
If Sark leaves and goes to the NFL, does Arch Manning stay in Texas?
Yeah, I don't think he's leaving.
You don't think he's leaving?
No, I don't think he's leaving.
You don't think he joins old Lane Kiffin in Florida?
No, I don't think so because he's got Lagway won't leave Florida. Lagway's a good quarterback. He just needs better coaching system. And the reason why I don't think Arch
fucking talks. Money talks.
He doesn't need it though. That was the whole point. Why he's sitting behind Quinn? Why didn't he transfer?
I'm also throwing DJ Lagway in that same vein. I'm throwing DJ Lagway.
Right. But no, I think he stays. And the reason, also Texas will have to make another home run hire right now, which sucks. There's not a lot out there.
Yeah, there's coaches available, but who are you going to get? Brian Kelly? Brian Kelly at Austin?
Hell no. Hey, hell no. I
imagine you pull a 180, hire Lane Kiffin, man.
Well, here's the thing: if that happens, I think Lane would come to Austin over Gainesville and Baton Rouge. Texas at that point, if all 3 are open at the same time, at that point, Texas is undoubtedly the best job. You have everything else those schools have, except it's a better environment. You know what I mean? For many, many reasons, especially for his family. For one, his daughter, we're a city. Rather people, it's a nice city too. They would rather do that in Austin than in Baton Rouge and or whatever else. Because you're going to get all the same money. You're going to have all the same shit. We have the Lambos and everything else, right? That's one thing we got. I don't know. I don't think he leaves because I think whoever they hire next would be a big guy. But I think there's a couple coordinators out there that deserve the job. Georgia, D.C. That dude's great.
Yeah.
That would be a great hire, in my opinion, if we don't go after Kiffin. But I don't know. I don't think
Who's SMU's head coach?
Lashley?
Yeah, Lashley. Yeah. He just signed a decision with SMU, though, right?
Yeah. I like Lashley.
Hey, if OSU still wants
I'll leave Texas alone.
Come get him, man.
No, go ahead, Tanner. You can go ahead. I'm sure Chase is gonna bring up a lot of shit. Anyways, in a second. So feel free.
Okay, I do have some final thoughts though about Georgia Texas. Because like I don't think Arch played a great game, but I also don't think he played bad. I mean, he missed some throws for sure, like especially
Yeah.
on that interception. He just sailed it. That's all he did.
I don't
But
know. That was a very bad miss hold on the receiver. That was a
I don't
great
know about
ball.
very. I don't know if it was very bad. I still thought it was high though. Regardless, like Wingo would have had to
Yeah,
go up
but
and get it.
dude was getting tackled.
I don't think he was getting tackled. He might
He
have gotten
was on
grabbed a
his
little bit. Yeah, for
no, dude
sure.
was on his back like it was very early.
But also he missed some throws. Like when Texas
Yes.
got back on the field, after not being on the field for like 9 game minutes in the fourth quarter, you guys went 3-and-out, and he threw a bomb on 3rd and 14, which it was a very very tight window, but like it looked like the guy had some space. I mean, he just barely missed him, and that would have been a huge hitter. But he just missed some throws. But again, like he had a lot of guys in his face, man. Like he's just getting hit. Like I really do think Arch is a good quarterback. Um, it was fun to shit on him earlier in the season. Obviously, I had a lot of fun doing that. And it's not like he lit Oklahoma up, but he did enough to win the game. Like he played better than Mateer
Oh,
easily. Like full stop.
there was a point early in the season where I thought they were going to bench Arch and he was not going to play again this year. I thought he was
Yeah.
done before OU Texas, and then that,
Yeah.
things
Well, that's
happen.
where legends are made, man. You know,
That's
OU
where
Texas.
legends are made.
Yeah, that's where things happen, man. But I just want to say, you told me that I was salty for saying that Georgia was going to put up 30 plus and win by double digits, and that's exactly what happened. So I would just like to throw that out there. I'm not going to go too hard yet because that's going to be reserved for when we talk about OU Bama. So yeah, but dude, you brought up the onside kick. That's a
What a
ballsy
genius
thing to do.
move, bro. What a
And
genius, bro.
that's what the NFL took away from us, man. That's what the
Yes.
NFL took away with having to announce the onside. It's just that's bullshit. It's so dumb.
That
And I think
literally turned the whole game around. Back to Georgia. Like
yeah,
the
no,
whole thing
the
shifted.
game was over when that happened. The game was over as soon
Yeah.
as Georgia recovered that.
As
And
soon as
how
that
many
happened, I
times
was like, fuck.
How many times in Kirby's career has he ever done that?
Oh, I've got no idea.
Normally, he's normally not a true play guy.
I can tell you because I saw a Georgia fan tweet about it today. That is their first recovered onside kick since 2013.
That doesn't surprise me.
Such a genius. Kirby's such a good coach. You got to give it to him, bro. And he
He
has
really
the
is,
energy
man.
for a coach too.
Hey,
And
he's got that Saban DNA, man. He's got that Saban DNA.
Dude,
That's what you want though as a head coach. You want to have head coaches littered all over college football, showing what kind of a good tree you have, because then that attracts the good young minds. And that's why
Yeah.
Alabama was so good for so long, dude. I mean, you had staffs with Manny Diaz, Lane Kiffin, all on the same staff, Will Muschamp as well at the same time, Kirby Smart, man. Like it's insane. All these guys that were Steve Sarkisian, Bill O'Brien, man. Like it's insane. It's just insane what Alabama had during the Saban era. We may not see another dominant
Dan Lanning.
Dan Lanning, yeah, Dan Lanning.
Well, I think most of Saban's tree, for the most part, is pretty kind of successful, right? And then Kirby's tree is starting to blossom a little bit. Kirby's, I mean, the thing about Kirby is he's Saban, but he smiles and has fun.
That's what great coaches do. I mean, you look at Bob Stoops, how many coaches were under him that are still coaching now?
Yeah. I mean, Shane Beamer was hired by Bob, right? Or was he hired by Lincoln?
I think Shane was a Bob hire.
Yeah, he's gone, dude. He's gone. He's getting fired this year.
Yeah, dude. You can't celebrate like that at halftime and then lose the game. Like, did you see him walking out like pumping up his hand?
Bro.
Did you lose?
You can't blame him too. He's like, I would be fired up too, bro. But damn, bro, you can't.
No, I get it, man. You got to win the game.
Damn.
Like, me and Tanner were texting during that game. We were like, dude, this game's over. Like, this game is over. Like, I was fully convinced. Like, there's, like, even if A&M figured it out somewhat, Marcel Reed looked like dog shit. Yeah. He looked terrible. Dude, like, let me see. At half, he was 6 of 19 with 2 picks, and it could have been 3 or 4 interceptions, man. In the second half, he was 16 of 20, 3 touchdowns for 300 yards. In the third quarter alone, he was like 9 of 12. And in the fourth quarter, he was like 8 of 9. He just like completely flipped the switch, man.
You gotta give. I mean, I hate them. I hate A&M so much. But you gotta give it up to him, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. Really turned it around after playing.
Makes you wonder what the halftime speech was. What he went in there and said at halftime that really made a difference.
Yeah. Because like obviously one loss doesn't remove you, but like getting your back blown out at home by how many losses does South Carolina have? 6, 7 now?
7 now.
Yeah, that would have been a bad look. Obviously, they still would have made the playoff if they went out after that, but like you
You
may
could
not
have
end up
went at
getting a top 4
halftime and
spot.
said you could have went at halftime and said, you know what, let's go ahead and bench Marcel. Let's look to go into next week and just go ahead and focus on next game because you're fine. But they came back and they fought.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think with that win, Texas A&M solidified their spot in the playoff, right?
Yes.
Because they play a nobody this next week, and then
And
they
this
can
not,
they go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you
I was gonna say they can lose to Texas and then lose the conference chip and still get into the playoff with only 2 losses.
Well,
So I think they're in regardless, right?
in my opinion, this might be a hot take, but them, I know they got down, they were getting fucked on, but them coming back, I think, kind of solidified them to be number 2. Number 1, I know that's a real hot take, but them coming back like that's crazy.
If they lose to Texas, they're not in the championship.
They'd only
Is
have
that
one
right?
loss.
It'd be Georgia and
Texas,
Alabama.
No,
yeah, but
well,
they'd only have
A&M
one conference loss though.
Yeah. Well, I guess so does Georgia and Bama. Georgia's
So does
got 2
Georgia and
losses.
Alabama. They only have one conference loss.
Georgia, dude, this is where it gets weird.
And they didn't play. They didn't play either one of them.
A&M didn't play any of the
is
top 6
locked
teams in
for
the
the
conference.
championship yet. For the conference championship,
shit! Is that how that works?
Yet.
Yeah, let me look at the standings right now, actually, real quick.
Right now, there's 4 teams that can still make it.
And OU has an outside chance to make it, but I think everything that
OU
happened
has a chance, but I don't want them to. I would rather them not make it.
No, yeah, because
that
if you lose
week.
that, that's your 3rd loss. But I feel like in that
then,
situation, if OU were to make the playoff and then lose, I think they get in. Unless they get their backs blown out, obviously.
Yeah, Mari Hardy, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Holy shit, dude.
Ole Miss, Alabama, and Georgia only have 1 loss.
Okay, but Georgia would have the tiebreaker over Ole Miss.
Yeah,
so
if A&M loses, they're out.
Dude, Texas can still make it.
They're out of the championship. I mean, I still think they're in the playoffs.
Hey, think about this though. Alabama going on the road in the final week of the regular season. If they lose to Auburn, they're out of the playoff. Now,
they're out.
Auburn sucks. Yeah. Auburn sucks, but it's a rivalry game. Auburn's got nothing to lose. They're playing at home. They're probably not going to make a bowl game. They're going to need something to go out on a high note for to end the season. You don't think they want to spoil Bama's season, man? Like, if I'm a Bama fan, I'd be a little bit nervous about that game.
Well, there would be an ugly stain like Texas. You'd have 2-3 loss SEC teams, right? You kind of got to give the nod to Alabama because they would probably be top 5. Top 5.
Yeah.
Fucking Georgia, right? They beat top 5 Georgia or possibly number 3 Georgia, right? You know what I mean? I don't know.
There's so many scenarios, man.
And it depends on what other leagues and conferences do as well. I mean, the ACC is falling apart right in front of our eyes, but
dude, the ACC
trash conference.
I don't know, man. They may not even deserve to get a team in. They'll get a 2-loss team in.
The Big Ten has multiple teams, and there's one in California. I'm thinking I would like to see them come to Norman for a little. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Could you imagine, though, man?
The ticket prices is what I don't want to imagine.
If OU were to lose that game, though. Okay, yeah. We're not going to talk about hypotheticals. Let's go ahead and get into OU Bama, man. That was a very stressful watch from beginning to end. But man, what a damn game! What a damn game! Number 11 OU goes on the road, beats number 4 Alabama 23-21. Just a couple of notes. One, Brent Venables owns Alabama. He's now 2-0 as a head coach against Alabama. And he now is 4-2 against Bama. If you go back from when he was at Clemson, because he won 2 national championships against Alabama. Alabama did beat him once; they got him there. But also he beat Alabama twice when he was a defensive coordinator at OU back in the early 2000s. So Brent Venables just fucking owns the state of Alabama. Auburn, you can throw in there too because he's 2-0 against Auburn. Auburn's never beat Oklahoma. So I just want to throw that out there. Before we get into the game, my co-host over here, Tatum, had some very interesting things to say last week on the podcast. And I would like to go over some of those things if you would oblige. So number one, this is not the OU of old. Relevancy is leaving Oklahoma. That's the first one. The second one, okay, this one isn't bad because he just gave a score prediction. I'll give him that. But he said Bama wins 34-21. There's also that, which again, it's just a score prediction. I'm not going to hold that against you. BV is not a good coach. To beat Alabama, you have to be able to throw the football. John Mateer threw for 139 yards.
That's not a lot. That's not a lot. Damn.
You really, really miss Lincoln Riley. You wish he was still here. Okay. One little stat for you real quick. Lincoln Riley was the head coach at Oklahoma for one game when they play, or he coached against Alabama once as the head coach of OU. We lost that game 45-34. Now, granted, we were playing against Tua, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Smith, all those guys, but we gave up 45 points in one game to Alabama. In 2 games as the head coach for OU, Brent has given up 24 total points against Alabama. We have outscored them 24-3 and 23-21. We have combined to outscore Bama 47-24 in 2 games since Brent has been the head coach. So I think we're fine in that department. Don't really miss Lincoln Riley too much when it comes to these big games. So those are just a couple of things I wanted to get out of the way from what you said last week. Now, granted, USC, they're still alive. They're still kicking. They're playing well. They gave up 200 rushing yards to Iowa. I mean, if you play a better team, that game might go different. But, I mean, hey, you got 2 Big Ten wins in a row playing Big Ten football. So props to you. But, all right, man. OU Bama. Red November, dog. I told you, this is what we've been calling it. That's what OU fans have been calling it, man. I don't really know where to start, except that was a gutty ass win. Like, it's hard to win on the road, especially in the SEC. And OU started the game extremely well defensively. They just did. I mean, Bama went 3 and out in back-to-back series, and then they threw a pick 6 in series number 3 after they were going down the field. I mean, it was 10-0 before you blinked. I don't know, whichever word. Before you could blink, it was 10-0, and you can't ask for a better start than that, honestly. Now, if you just look at the box score and you didn't watch the game, you would say, well, how many points did Alabama win by? And what's funny is that's the second game in a row that you could say that, where OU ended up winning the game. Alabama outgained us 406-212, dude.
Cool.
326 passing yards to our 138. 80 rushing yards for them to our 74 rushing yards. So Bama outrushed OU. They had 5 more rushes and 6 more yards. But here's the thing. Majority of those yards came in the first half for Alabama. Until Alabama's last drive of the fourth quarter, they had just 92 yards in the second half. That's it. That means for the entire third quarter and the entire fourth until the final 5 minutes when they got the ball back for the final time, they had less than 100 yards through, what would that be? 18 minutes of second half football. So people can say what they want, obviously. Like, I see Alabama fans saying that they dominated us. The scoreboard doesn't really reflect that. And the second half, where the game was won and lost, OU played better. I mean, you still might have outgained OU because I think they had 134 total yards in the second half, but that's 134 of 406. I mean, you're talking almost 300 of their 400 yards coming in the first half, man. So they adjusted well in the second half. It's the same thing they did against Tennessee. Tanner, I don't want to take over all this now since obviously you're in here. You're an OU fan. What was your thoughts on the defensive performance?
Defensively, it's the greatest I think I've watched. Scheme wise anyway, of Brent kind of bringing different packages you didn't see before. I mean, there was blitz that he was sometimes he was just saying like Kip Lewis's hair was on fire. He was just saying go and kill that quarterback.
Kip Lewis played like a man possessed dude.
It was a different look from a Brent Venables defense I've seen in a while, and I think it may be because they were trying to substitute from Mason Thomas being gone and kind of trying to give different looks and give it to Alabama. For a while there, they were doing decent in pass protection. But I mean, after so long, you
just wear down,
break it down. There's just nothing you can do come to that fourth quarter.
And to note, OU's best defensive lineman, I would say there are 2. Yes, competitive depth. Their 2 best defensive linemen didn't play. Mason Thomas didn't play, and Jaden Jackson played a little bit, but he was a shell of himself, man.
Not even
he wasn't effective.
Best defensive lineman. I mean, Mason Thomas is your best defensive player, and I don't,
yes. Oh yeah.
I mean, you can argue, but I think
I'm not going to argue that. I think he's got 7 sacks, man. So yeah, I mean, he's a great defensive player.
And
go ahead.
Where OU stands right now, I don't want to take away from OU Alabama, but where OU stands right now, do you want him to come back against Missouri or continue to set out? Because hamstring, you can think you're back and then be out for a long time.
If he's not healthy, I do think that Missouri has a better offensive line than Alabama, which is so funny to say, but I do think that.
because they're all.
I don't know, man. I think that we can make do without R. Mason against Missouri. I really think that we can because I mean, you played it without him against Tennessee, and Tennessee had the number 3 offense. Obviously, he had the fumble return for
He
the
had what turned
touchdown.
the game around,
Yeah, but he didn't play again for the rest of the game, and
Yeah.
that was the second drive of the game or the third drive of the game. So they can win without him. It'll be tougher against Missouri, believe it or not. I know they have 3 losses, man, but they have a pretty good defense, and they have probably the best running back in the country besides Jeremiah Love. I don't know if you guys agree with that or not, but Ahmad Hardy is that dude.
Yeah, Jeremiah Love is in the Heisman race now. I think he's number 3 or 4.
Yeah, he had another good game too.
I think right now I would probably have Hardy at number 1 just because there is almost no passing offense. So, I mean, you're just trying to stop the run, and he's still going to give you 300 yards.
Yeah, I think he had 300 or 200 total yards.
He had 300 yards last week.
Yeah, that's insane.
And he's not going to get that this weekend. I'm going to go ahead and bold take say that now he's not getting 300 yards. Yeah. But he'll still.
I don't think
you stop Hardy, you stop Missouri.
I don't think a single team has had a 100-yard rusher against Oklahoma. Funnily enough,
the
closest
Sorry
one.
To take away from the OU Alabama game. Now I got us off track.
No, you're fine. Is it Wisner, Tate, or Wisner?
Wisner.
Wisner had 94 rushing yards against us, and I think that's the most rushing yards a running back has had against Oklahoma this season.
That fourth quarter, OU almost couldn't stop him.
Yeah, the third quarter really is what lost.
Wisner was a big difference in that game.
Couldn't get off the field, man, and he just kept bouncing off tacklers.
So why is on 3 Heisman poll have Jeremiah? So you guys say Ahmad Hardy's better than Love, but they don't have Ahmad Hardy in the top 10.
1A, 1B. Right. I know. I don't know. I don't know why.
They have him at 3, though. That's what I'm saying. He's that high. Surely he's better than Dante Moore. I wouldn't put Dante Moore at 10.
I wouldn't either, man. I don't know who's going to win the Heisman. I really, really don't. It's going to be like that year where
linebacker from Texas Tech is who's going to win it. I don't even want him to. I just think the media is going to start forcing it.
Dude, such a
Tatum. I know that Tatum doesn't think a defensive player will really ever win the Heisman, and I don't think he's wrong, honestly. But I'd be down for
we've had it happen. All you got to do is have a fake girlfriend, and you can win the Heisman.
Well, yeah, it was. Well, no, he didn't win it. He was in the race though. Who won it that year?
Yeah.
That was that Mark Ingram's year? That was like 2013. No. It was 2011. So it would have been the year after Cam Newton, I think, because Landry was still there.
Was that Marcus Mariota, maybe?
It might have been Mariota. Who won the Heisman in 2011, dude? I'm trying to think of who was around that time. Right? No, Ingram won it in like 12, I think. Heisman winner in 2011. It was RG3.
I was about RG3,
dude. He's very easily forgettable.
Yeah, RG3 also had the game of his life against Oklahoma in one of the dumbest losses I've ever watched as an Oklahoma fan. If you remember that game, Tanner.
Sports commentator I've ever heard.
He's terrible, man. That picture of him shoving that baguette in his mouth. Also, why are you posting that on the internet, man? Like,
I haven't seen it. Now I'll make sure to stay off the internet for a couple of weeks.
It's bad, dude. Yeah, it's bad. I think that he's a glutton. I think he's a glutton for online punishment, man. I don't know. He likes those humiliation rituals, huh, Tate?
That's a different topic for a different podcast, but I'll happy to have you on.
I think you guys really need to talk about that stuff, man. You guys could really talk about some interesting things, but that is not for the college football podcast.
You can sidebars for 45 minutes.
Yeah, while we're not recording, obviously. So yeah, OU Bama. OU was 3 of 13 on third down. Bama was 5 of 13 on third. Xavier Robinson got hurt, came out. That's not good. I don't know if he's going to play next Saturday. He did come back with a knee brace on, but he did not look right trying to run the football.
Who's going to play a running back? Who do we? Barnes. I don't know where Barnes is. He played 4 games and he hasn't played again. So I think the writing's on the wall there.
He's been on a phantom injured list for 8 weeks, man. Just like Taylor Tatum, they're just not playing, so they're just on the injured list. I guess I don't know. Maybe they are really hurt, but I don't know. I don't know who's going to play running back. Man.
Barnes played some of his best football he's played for 4 games, and then
hey man, you're paying Jaden not a shit ton of money to ride Pine. Maybe he can get a chance and do something.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You have playoffs on the line, and we don't have a running back that wants to step up.
But I want to talk about John Mateer a little bit here, man, because I really don't think he played that bad. Because this is and I'll let you guys chime in as much as you want. Tatum, I don't know how much of the game you got to watch because you worked on Saturday, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is just what I'll say about it. John Mateer was 15 of 23 passing the ball for 138 yards. He ran it for 23 yards, but 20 of those came in one play, and it was his rushing touchdown right after the fumble on the punt return by Ryan Williams. He honestly he made some really nice throws in this game. Extended some drives, made a really nice play throwing a sideline ball to Satania in the third quarter. Um, but I really OU's offense is a couple things, but it is not creative. It's not inventive. It's vanilla as hell. And I was listening to the Oklahoma Breakdown today, listening to Gabe Eicher talk about it, and he made a great point. OU, which I didn't need him to say this, but OU doesn't push the ball downfield at all. But he made a point. It's like every time OU's running a route, let's say it's 2nd and 7, he said, we're running 7-yard routes. We're trying to get to the sticks. That's it. We don't push the ball downfield. And that affects a lot of what you can do offensively. It's harder to run the football because, I mean, they can just load the box, man, because they don't have any threat of you throwing it deep at all. So
I have a
I
theory
just,
that I'm not even sure if I ever said to you, Chess. I have a theory that somewhere in that locker room between after the first 2 quarters of the Tennessee game, Brent went to Arbuckle and said, "You work focus on just getting first downs and giving my defense a break, and you let us take over from here. You just
which
manage the game, give us time to take a breather, and get us in field goal range."
And I think that's a great point because I think you're exactly right. Because I think Matera is just a field general right now. He is playing like a game manager. Manage the game. Don't lose us the game by doing anything stupid, but just run the offense. And I think OU is playing not to lose instead of playing to win. Because once you got up 10-0, it's like, hey, we're in a great spot. We don't want to ruin this because Matera almost threw a pick six in like the first
Yeah,
quarter or the second quarter,
and I
man.
mean
And the
that
only
was a good
reason it
ball game.
wasn't a pick six was because the guy just dropped it. Like that would have been a walk-in pick six.
Johnson
All the,
is who
yeah,
dropped it
all
for
he
you.
had to do was catch the ball, man. Like it was poorly telegraphed, and he waited way too long to throw the football. Um, and honestly, that was a big difference. But that's football, man. OU didn't drop, and also OU should have had a second interception in the end zone. I thought that was a bullshit call on Kendall Daniels. I just want to say, because Ty Simpson threw a pick in the end zone, Tate, like the very next possession after he threw the pick six, but it was called back due to pass interference. And I don't know, man. I don't know because if Kendall Daniels doesn't do anything, I think that ball's picked anyways, regardless, because the safety came up and cut it off. But, um, but like I said, I think John Mateer did what he needed to do. I thought he made some really nice throws in traffic, but he also missed some throws because his footwork is just abysmal, dude. He opens up so much underneath and he opens his hips up that he misses easy throws. And uh he's got some really good zip on the ball. It looks the best that it has in a while, but again, they just don't push the ball downfield. Like, let me see. I wrote down some notes here, and then I'll let somebody else talk because I'm kind of yapping. But before the hand injury, which was 4 games, and granted, we played Illinois State, Michigan, Temple, and Auburn. Not exactly world beaters. Auburn does have a pretty good defense, though. Mateer
Michigan's
was
coming around. Michigan has a top
they're
20
coming around.
defense.
Yeah, they're coming around. Um, John Mateer was averaging 303 passing yards per game, which included a 393 yard game, 6 passing touchdowns, and 3 picks. I mean, he was leading the Heisman race, man. Like, that's pretty good stuff. 300 passing yards a game, which a lot of that came from, the 393-yard game. Uh, but since the injury, he's played 5 games since he came back from injury. He's thrown for over 200 yards twice in 5 games. He's averaging 174 yards through the air. He threw for 202 against Texas, and he threw for 220 against Ole Miss. Other than that, man, like he hasn't even thrown for 160 the last 2 weeks. So like they haven't asked him to do a lot, and he hasn't thrown a touchdown pass since Ole Miss, and we've played two
But
games.
I still don't think he's played bad.
I think that his decision making has gotten better, but it's still not quite there yet completely. I
I
think.
think it's right now is take the safe bet, take the safe shot, dump it off. Let's just get some yards.
And Tatum, you're an op here, so I want to ask your opinion on this. Like, do you think that because this is what I think. I think that if John Mateer can somewhat figure it out and try to throw like for at least 200 to like let's say 220 to 240 yards a game, throw one touchdown pass per game extra than what he has been. Like I feel like that makes OU one of the best teams in the country because again, when we played Texas, our defense kept us in that game that whole way. I mean, the Texas's offense only scored 16 points, but our offense didn't score. So like, I just feel like if Mateer could be able to figure it out, I think OU could be really dangerous. But I don't know if they will figure it out.
I agree, but and I'm not trying to slight at all. I guess I haven't really paid attention to OU roster wise. Y'all's receivers, are they like? Is that something that's elite right now with a quarterback like that? Is it just are y'all still working
So
on that? You
I
know what I
wouldn't say
mean?
we
I'm
have
not.
an elite wide receiver group, but I think Isaiah Satania is a top 10 wide receiver in the SEC right now. At least I think he is stat wise. Uh, that dude has crazy fast. He's so fast, man.
I
Um,
think at slot depth wise, we can hang with anybody in the conference, but outside, I just don't think we really have
but
anybody
we don't
like.
have any. I don't think we have any elite guys. I think Satania has elite
No, I think
speed, but I don't
I
think
think
he's an elite wide receiver.
I think Gibson can be one, and I think he's getting better each week. He seemed to be faster this week. I thought he was going
Mhm.
to have a big game. He had a few catches early on, so I think he'll be someone to watch over the long term.
But like of all the games that OU's played in the SEC, who would you say that their receiving core is better than? Because like even like you could throw out some South Carolina guys. I mean, like Nick Harbor was like a 5-star guy.
Well, teams that played.
Yeah, teams that they've played, like Ole Miss. Uh, you could also Texas obviously has a bunch of 5-stars running around. I guess that's not good enough for Texas, but
No, they're
um,
inconsistent. That's the thing. But
I
they're
I would
young.
take
They're
some.
still young.
I'd take Ryan Wingo, dude. I would take Ryan
Yeah,
Wingo
They'll have
over.
a
they're all
receiving core
sophomores.
wise. They'll have a better receiving core next week, but they won't have a better receiver. They won't have the best
Well,
receiver on the field.
it depends because Kevin Coleman has been really good, but he has one touchdown all year. One.
Well, I mean, he's got a third string freshman quarterback throwing to
Well,
him
that's
right
fair,
now.
but also Bo Prabula played half the season. I think Satania
Yeah,
is better. Also, Tatum, your camera dipped, so there it is.
Yeah, no, I have to
Um,
adjust my life.
but anyways, yeah. No, none of our receivers had a big game, but they didn't have to, and that's what I told you, Tate. Because another thing you said was that OU is not going to be able to win the game being one dimensional, and obviously we weren't either dimensional because we sucked at both. But like another thing, like the defense, Alabama had a lot of yards, yes, but also that's because in the first half they kept turning the ball over, and OU's offense had short fields, and so like after the fumble, OU scored in 2 plays because we were inside the 25-yard line. So the OU defense, after forcing that fumble, had to go right back onto the field and play defense again. And it was the same thing with the pick. Alabama had been driving down the field. I mean, they were almost in the red zone before throwing that pick six. And so after that long drive, you get the turnover, and then you got to get right back on the field and play more defense. So like that's why the numbers look so skewed. Again, if you look at the second half, OU's defense locked in the second half. So those are my thoughts on it, man. I thought it was the great win. It's the best win in Brent's career, and I mean, maybe not more than the Texas game. I don't know because that was a really big game back then. Obviously, didn't work out. But if we end up making the playoff, obviously, I think that's the biggest win of Brent's career.
I don't think Brent's job was on the line when he played with that Texas win, which I don't think it was really on
No,
the line
yeah,
last weekend either. But you lose that game, and then
hmm
fans get to chirping again. And right now, he's looking good. I think he maybe even won himself another year of being
hmm
safe with owning Alabama.
Oh yeah, and dude, after that Ole Miss game, I was having some dark thoughts. Some dark thoughts, like, man, are we gonna have to move on from Brent? Like, is this really not gonna work? Because I've Tatum, even like in
Yeah.
our group chat, I'm a BV defender, man. But like during that Ole Miss game, I was like, dude, I think I'm over it. Like, I'm sick of it. Like, we get into these big games and we just lose. And then what does Brent do? He shuts my ass up. You go on the road to Neyland and Bryant Denny combined over 200,000 people watching that game in person. And you go in there and you win both games, man. And I mean, that's gutty as hell, man. And I'm happy for Brent. Like, he's been through a lot here at Oklahoma already. He's dealt with a lot of scrutiny, which some of it has been his own fault. But it's just I'm happy for him, man. I really am. Because I wanted to work with Brent. I think he's a program guy. And I think most OU fans feel the same way. I know there are some that still want him fired. But I wanted to work with him, man. I really, really do. And it seems like right now it's going to just figure out the offense, man. Like, you don't even have to have a top 10 offense. Your offense is ranked in the 70s, probably closer to 80s now after last weekend. If you can get to like where Bama was at, like they're at like 55, like that would be a lot better. Like, just move up 20 spots, be a top 50 offense. And It's funny, man. We were saying the same thing about OU's defense when Lincoln Riley was the head coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, but I think, especially nowadays, if you have an elite defense and a mid offense, I think that can carry you a lot farther
You're Iowa.
because, well, here's the thing: their offense isn't even mid. Their offense is just dirty asshole. Like it's bad. It's
Mhm.
bad, bad.
Yeah,
It's been so bad. Like OU, like as bad as they've been this year, like they still put up 33 on Tennessee. They scored 20 plus against Bama. Like they've averaged, I think their lowest scoring game obviously was the Texas game where they scored 6, but like they've scored 20 plus on everybody they've played. And I think that's what the offense has to be, man. You're not going to average 30 points per game. But just Brent needs to tell, hey, hey Ben, hey John, come here. If you guys can score 24 to 27 points, we're going to win this football game.
well,
And I feel
that's the
good about
scary
that with
thing
any
is
team OU plays.
they're not even doing that right now, though, necessarily. I mean, offensively, they only scored against Alabama 14.
Well, yeah, the defense is carrying for sure.
Yeah, and then Tennessee as well. I mean, the R. Mason Thomas
Well,
touchdown,
the offense scored 26 in that game.
20.
If
Yeah,
you count a kicker, if you count the kicker, obviously Tate
yeah.
Sandell.
So the good
OU
way
has
to
the best
look
kicker
at
in
it
the country,
is
by the way.
we do have the best. That's been a long time since we've been able to say that.
We had to cut
Kennesaw State
ours.
stand up.
Yeah, ours,
Yeah, that
ours
guy's trash,
posted on
huh?
Twitter trying to get in the fucking transfer portal already.
Talking about another guy that makes a T-shirt, short shorts.
Yeah, dude, I know. Hey, Tate, you need to get Bo Davis back on that bus, man, and say some of y'all motherfuckers need to get in the transfer portal, huh?
I don't think, bro. We don't know because that was 100% pointed at the fucking defense because trash, bro. The defense was trash at the time. When he said I got my ass kicked, that was literally we got beat like 36-6 at Iowa State. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? To me,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
as
I
bad.
forgot about that game. Yeah, that was
Losing
bad.
like that to Iowa State is as, and I know this might sound weird, but it's as bad as losing to Kansas the first time, in my opinion.
With it being the blowout, I could agree with that. It's not as bad though, but a blowout
That's
at
what I'm
Iowa
saying.
State
Blowout, yeah.
being Texas, yeah, that's bad. All right, man. Well, I said a lot of stuff that I wanted to say. Tanner, I'll give you the final thoughts on the OU Bama game. Last thing I'll say real quick, Eli Bowen was named the SEC Defensive Player of the Week. Taylor Wine was named the Defensive Lineman of the Week in the SEC, forced a fumble on a strip sack. By the way, Tatum, I would like to point this out. You remember when Colton Bosick flipped to Texas from OU after Texas beat us 49-0? Well, after that happened, Brent Venables went back on out to the recruiting trail and went and got him a young man named Taylor Wine. So, Colton Bosick, thank you for flipping over, man. I hope you get healthy. I know you've been dealing with injuries, so no shade there, but thank you for picking Texas because Taylor Wine would have never been here without that. So, um, again, I would have liked to have Bosick if you could have both, but because I'm not going to shit talk him, he's been hurt, so that's not his fault.
The entire
But
time.
I wanted to point that out. So yeah, Tanner, that's my thoughts. I thought it was a great game. Offense needs to pick it up if we want to win a national championship because I think this defense is good enough to do that. So yeah, I'll let you have the final thoughts on the game.
I agree with you there. I don't think this is a championship team with the offense right now. I just don't think you can go into every game expecting to have the
No,
turnover battle 3-0.
no,
I mean, I
100%. You can't
think
get outgained by 200 yards a week
yeah,
and then win the
yeah,
turnover battle. It's
exactly.
not
You
sustainable.
can maybe get away with that against Missouri, hopefully. But I mean, you're not doing that against Indiana. You're not doing that against Ohio State. I mean, you're not doing that if you play Alabama again in the playoffs. You're not going to be able to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
great game defensively, great win for Brent. And I mean, really, you go into Tuscaloosa any way you can win, it's a win. I mean, you're doing what most teams in the SEC just can't do or haven't been able to do. Thoughts on the game? I mean, we played what I think probably our best or second best defensive game of the year without our best defensive
mm-hmm.
player. So I mean, I'll kind of leave the defense there. The nation knows what defense we have. Offensively, I do wish we could find a little bit of rhythm. I mean, I think the game plan going in was hand Xavier Robertson the ball, get in field goal range, pin Alabama deep, play the field position game. Robinson got hurt. That kind of threw things off. I would like to see more Jermichael Carter. I don't know where he came from. I don't know where he's been all year. In the last 2 weeks or the last 2 games, he's came up with huge catches. I think
he's
he
been
was
in witness
OU's
protection.
top receiver this game. I think
He was.
I mean, I think it was like 30 something yards.
Yeah, it was 3 for 36.
I think he led the team. Yeah, and then Deion Burks. I mean, Can we not just get him open in the flat, or just get him
I don't
open
know,
in
man.
anything? Just give him the ball without somebody already tackling him before he catches the ball.
Dude, I watch all these college football games, like Georgia, Texas. It's a great example. They've got guys running wide open all the time, man. Like I just don't get how you can't do that. How can you not scheme something open? I just don't get it, man. Anyways, you go ahead.
And
I'm
then
with you
my
though.
last thing, my last thing on Oklahoma, and then we can move on from here. Oh, if you're an OU fan, you've heard it. You've heard it. Gabe and Teddy say you've heard it on the unofficial 40. If you're a running back at Oklahoma and the playoffs is on the line, you should play. And I
Yeah.
don't care if you've been loyal for 3 years, 4 years. If Javante Barnes is healthy, he
About to
needs to.
say we're looking at you, Javante.
We're looking at you, Javante. If you're healthy, you need to play.
Are
Tatum,
you a team player?
you can stay to this. Taylor Tatum, that is. You can stay to the side.
Yeah.
I don't want you to fumble the ball anyway against Missouri again. So
And Jackson Arnold, I'm glad he's gone, man. I've seen that video circulate already.
Which I'm curious,
Already.
where do you think Jackson Arnold's going to end up next year? I don't think
I
he'll
think
end up
me
in
and
the SEC again.
I think me and
CFL.
Tatum talked about this. I think CFL. I think he ends up at a G5 or maybe like a Big 12 school.
I
You
can
don't
see
tell me that a Big 12 OSU maybe.
that'd be a good spot for him.
I don't
Like
think.
actually, it'd be. I mean, I think it'd be a
I
good
don't
spot because
think.
they're restarting just like everybody else.
I mean, he could succeed in a league where the defenses aren't as good as the SEC. I think.
I don't think he'd go to OSU because OSU has to do such a rebuild, and
Yeah.
Jackson's
No.
he's
Yeah.
running out
No.
of
I
time.
just
He
for
needs
the
to
bit that would be funny.
plug and play. SMU maybe. I mean,
Mhm.
in the SEC, maybe somewhere he can go compete. Clemson, they need a quarterback next year. They need a whole new team and a new coach.
Kentucky,
They need a quarterback.
Yeah. I don't know. There's going to be a lot of quarterbacks on the move.
Vanderbilt.
It's going to be the funnest offseason.
Vandy's going to need a QB, and they're going to want to compete now. So
Is he a guy you go after to compete though?
I don't know if any SEC team will go after Jackson Arnold if you're
I
a
don't
coach
think
that wants
so,
to keep
yeah.
him up.
especially
Wherever
because
he
like you got to
goes,
think about
he'll
it.
be fired.
He has such a bad track. He has no positives in his
Well,
record.
think about this, man. Jackson Arnold essentially is one of the reasons, a big reason why Hugh Freeze got fired. He couldn't figure out the quarterback. So if you're an SEC team and you're needing a quarterback, it's probably because you are in a not so great spot. I mean, you may be graduating a guy, but I feel like most teams that are in a good spot don't need a quarterback. So like if you're a coach that needs a quarterback and like your job is hinging on that, would you bet your future on Jackson Arnold? Don't think
And
so.
Are there other?
here's a
I was just gonna say, are there other popular candidates though? Like, he was another
Well,
quarterback
I know you
choice.
said it ain't going to happen, but like if Sark leaves, I don't think Arch leaving is off the table for
Nah, I
one.
don't think
And
so.
again,
well,
it's
I
all
think you also
hypothetical.
have Sellers.
DJ
I think he
Lagway
could
as
come
well.
back.
Yeah, we didn't even mention that during the South Carolina
Sellers,
game.
I mean,
think
he would
Sellers is
probably be the
gone.
number one.
Yeah, he's
And
not.
Yeah.
Austin Simmons at Ole Miss, even if Lane Kiffin stays, from everything I've seen, he's gone. He's out of Ole Miss.
Sacagawea and Cal. He's a
Yeah,
freshman.
that's what I've always. I mean, with
True
Ole Miss
freshman.
going, Trinidad being gone, even if Lane stays, Arch Manning.
No way. No way. Why would he leave Texas? They're gonna make a good hire. They're not. They're not hiring to rebuild. We don't need to rebuild. We just need someone
Well,
to take the
listen.
reins and scale the company. Scale the company. We need a different CEO, maybe, if that's the case.
I mean, sometimes people just want a fresh start for no reason. They just want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And it's not whether it's like because like if you're the starting quarterback at Texas, it really doesn't
That's a
get
lot of
much
pressure.
better than that in the college football world. Like
No.
if you want to play a high level football, like playing quarterback at Texas, Oklahoma, Alabama, like it doesn't get much bigger than that. And so
That's
like
the biggest stage. Like obviously you can go play it in the SEC, right? But
mhm.
are you playing for those teams itself? You've taken the already big stage to another stage that a
Mhm.
lot of every other team in the country can't even fathom to be at. That was the whole thing.
Maybe
with
Ohio State.
Hey,
Well, that's
listen,
what I'm saying. The teams like that though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the Blue Bloods,
Hey.
those teams.
crazy
The
scenario
Georgias.
here, okay? Crazy scenario here. Where did Arch play high school football at? Was it in Louisiana?
New Orleans, yeah.
Okay. Let's say Lane Kiffin takes the LSU job, man.
He was
Archie
in
want a
Baton
little
Rouge today.
homecoming? Archie want a little homecoming or what? Hey,
No,
I'm not
because
saying it's going to happen, but wouldn't that be crazy?
yeah, but it's not even like that. I think Austin's probably closer to Baton Rouge than Baton Rouge is the fucking New Orleans. But
But I will agree. I don't think Arch leaves unless Sark does.
I don't either. I'm just saying that because it's fun hypothetical.
well, here's another. I just seen a funny tweet that kind of makes sense if he's going to go to the NFL. He has a guy that he trusts down in Miami playing backup right now to a trash quarterback with a coach who's fixing to get fired.
And where would you rather live, in Austin or Miami?
Especially with the less stress and you're going to get the same taxes pay wise. So I mean, you're fine there. You got Quinn, your boy, right there. You know what I mean? Fun, hypothetical, but I honestly don't think Arch leaves. Like you said, there's no. Where's he going to go? I mean, he can go to LSU. Sure, that's what the only other school right now that would need a court. He wouldn't obviously go to OU for any point. He wouldn't go to A&M. But you know what I mean. I don't think he leaves. And if anything, I know Texas has enough pockets to really, really persuade him, even though he doesn't need it. I also think it would kind of tarnish. They think it would tarnish the Manning name a little bit, as much hate as he's already gotten.
I do think with the Mannings, with all of them helping him so much, I think he'll make the smartest move. So he'll probably stay at Texas.
Yeah. Well, do you guys want to talk about some of the other games that happened this weekend, just like quickly, or do you want to move on to the college football playoff rankings, or do you want to talk about upcoming weekend?
We can go to the rankings.
Okay, so the AP poll dropped. I don't know if you guys have a top ranking or anything, but I'll go ahead and give you what mine are because it's a little bit different, probably. So I've got Ohio State at 1 still. I dropped Texas. Oh no, I didn't move them. Indiana's at 2 still. Texas A&M's at 3. So this is where the changes come. I've got Georgia at 4. Ole Miss at 5. I moved Texas Tech up to 6, and I've got Oregon at 7, and then I've got OU at 8, BYU at 9, and Bama at 10. That's my top 10. Do you guys have any changes from that?
I got some. So I got Ohio State at 1. I got A&M at 2. Indiana at 3. I also have Georgia at 4. But I got Oregon at 5. Ole Miss at 6. Tech at 7. OU at 8. Bama at 9. And BYU at 10.
Okay, so we were pretty close.
Interesting. Neither one of y'all have Notre Dame.
No. Dude, yeah, I don't know if you watched our previous ones, but Tatum has Notre Dame in the 20s.
Fair enough. I think they should be around somewhere around 16th, 17th. I mean, they have.
I was trying to be more realistic.
Who knows all? I've got Notre Dame at 14 on mine.
So. I got them at 11. So they're still fucking in.
Oh wow, dude, they jumped a lot for you.
Yeah, but that was just off. I told you, just a little troll action there. A little troll action. But.
I thought that was a great point, man. It was valid at the time. Tanner, what is your top 10? Do you have any changes from us?
No, they're all the same. The only thing is, y'all might think I'm crazy. I don't have Oregon in the top 10. I don't think they've done nothing impressive on pace with football.
Yeah,
their best wins: Penn State, Iowa. Or have they played Iowa yet?
Yeah,
they beat Iowa by 1. And Iowa's a Iowa by team.
1. Yeah, Oregon, high flying Oregon, powerful, beat Iowa. Other than that, they beat Wisconsin. Game. They beat Wisconsin 21-7. They beat Rutgers 56-10. Lost to Indiana. Beat Penn State by 6 and got their coach.
In Austin, by the way, they lost to Indiana at home.
Got whooped.
Their best win of the season is against Oklahoma State.
That's not their best win, obviously.
Their biggest margin of win, 69-3. That's a pretty good win against a Power 5 team. Other than that, their best win would be Iowa at beating Iowa by 2.
Well, and things will kind of figure itself out a little bit. Oregon will play USC this weekend. And that game I don't know if it's an elimination game for Oregon if they lose. It might be.
I think it is for USC.
Because they have one conference.
I only think 2 Big Ten teams are going to make playoffs.
Well, actually, Oregon is now not making it. Unless Indiana loses, Oregon's not getting into the Big Ten championship, correct?
Indiana and Ohio State will play in the Big Ten championship.
Well, that's what I'm saying, but they're not on the same
State's still got to play Michigan, and Michigan's only lost 1 game.
That's true. Michigan is their kryptonite, too. So.
Michigan 6-1.
I think
there's no ties anymore.
It's
at Michigan. They're playing at Michigan.
Yeah, so Indiana is 8 and what are they? Indiana is 11-0, and they play Purdue. So Indiana, you can already book their ticket to the conference championship.
Yeah.
If Ohio State still has to play Rutgers and Michigan. So unless Ohio State loses to both of those teams, they could lose to just one of those teams, I think, and still make it into the Big Ten championship. I think it's already going to be Ohio State, Indiana. I don't know if there's a way that can change unless Ohio State loses to Purdue, Rutgers, and Michigan.
How many Big Ten teams are y'all putting in the playoffs?
Just two. Just two.
Probably just two. Probably
And
just two,
and,
man.
and it wouldn't even honestly like, and that's because Indiana obviously has changed cultures. They have a whole different program, but I honestly would just put one because the rest of that thing's trash. Oregon's playing well, right? Obviously, but if they win out,
I think two are going to make it though.
Yeah, I think two is probably the standard for Big Ten. I don't think I'll ever see
both teams that make it to the Big Ten
So
championship.
let's go.
In my mind, are in.
Ohio State wins out, so Ohio State's in. Indiana wins out, so Indiana's in.
Yeah.
Then,
well, they can't both win out technically, unless you're talking about regular season.
Regular season, so they're both in the championship game. Yeah. And then we'll say Indiana beats. We'll say Indiana beats Ohio State. But then what if USC wins out? Do you leave a one-loss USC out of the playoffs?
That's a great point. How many?
USC is very easy to win out. They have to play Oregon. And
USC would be a two-loss team, would they not?
No, they've only lost one game in conference.
Well, they got Notre Dame.
Oh yeah, Notre Dame wasn't a conference loss. Yeah,
but they'll leave a two-loss USC team out. I think they've not.
Really. I think they will too.
They don't really have, especially if you got Oregon floating around there. I don't think they'll put four teams in.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and look at it real quick because the top 8 teams or the top 10 teams get in for sure in the ranking, and then after that, it turns to the ACC champ because that's not a top 8 team, top 10 team.
The top 5 conference champions. So they don't necessarily have to be.
But I'm talking about being top. I'm talking about being top seeds though, because it's no longer an auto bid to a top 4 for winning your conference championship.
So not. I thought you still got to buy.
No, you get an auto bid into the playoff, but you don't get an automatic top 4 seed just for winning your conference anymore. Because after what happened last year with Boise State getting and Arizona State both getting in the top 4, they changed that. Which, I mean, I think Arizona State earned it more than Boise State because Boise State, man, last year.
Now.
I think Penn State kind of housed them.
Is the American Conference going to get one in? And if they are, is it going to be Navy?
Listen, man.
And then do we see OU Navy?
There's 3 G5 teams ranked.
Oh, you need some rematch, man.
Right now, it'll be either the 3 teams. There's only going to put one G5 team in. It's either North Texas, JMU, which is James Madison, right, or Tulane. They all have
Georgia
to
Tech.
Win out.
Georgia Tech 16th, and they still got to play Georgia.
Yeah. I think they're going to get smoked by Georgia. Yeah, I don't think Georgia Tech is any good.
Georgia Tech has a shit schedule.
And they barely skated by over Boston College this last weekend, 36-34. So, but it seems like we all kind of have the same top 10, except for you, Tanner. You said you didn't have Oregon in the top 10.
I do not have Oregon in there. Let me pull mine back up.
About to say, what's your 5 through 10?
I have Ohio State number 1, and I don't even know if I think they're the best team. I'm just a firm believer that if you win the national championship,
they don't play nobody, Paul.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer if you win the national championship, you're number 1 until you lose. I think that's. I don't think. I mean, unless you're Texas, apparently you can come in number 1.
But I also think it's easier when you get the benefit of playing the schedule that they get to play. Man, it's just it's gross.
Yeah, but then they proved it though in the playoffs. I think we consider that about Ohio State, but they did end up winning. I mean, playing whoever that deep in the
playoffs. My top 10 here. I have Ohio State, Indiana. I have Georgia, Texas A&M, and I know you A&M's undefeated in conference play, which you got to give them credit for that. But
I think they're undefeated all the way too, no?
Altogether, yeah.
They're undefeated. So I got to give them that. But if I'm going off what I've seen, I think if you put Georgia and Alabama on the same field, I'm going to take Georgia right now.
Do you mean Texas A&M and Georgia?
Or Texas A&M and Georgia? Put them on the same field.
Yeah, I don't think they have they didn't play Georgia or Alabama nor OU.
No,
right? They played Texas.
No. That's what I was trying to say earlier. They have not played a top 16 in the SEC.
Their best team they played is Notre Dame. and they beat them by 1. Other than that, they played Missouri. I mean,
But they're
I
doing what
down
they're
in
supposed to
Missouri
do, man.
too.
Like
That fucking
if you're
hurt
A&M,
quarterback Missouri.
you can only play who's on your schedule, and
Yeah, that's true.
they're beating everybody on their schedule. I mean, they beat the shit out of LSU, they beat the shit out of Missouri, they almost lost to South Carolina, almost lost to Arkansas, but they beat the shit out of Florida, they beat the shit out of Mississippi State, they skated by Auburn, beat Notre Dame by 1, and then they beat Utah State and UTSA. So it's not a hard schedule that they played this year, but I think they have a pretty good strength of record, which means like them being 10-0 with their schedule, I think is still valued as being like pretty good.
Yeah.
Carson's
yeah,
outside
yeah.
and she just shined a light through the window. It scared the shit out of me, dude. Sorry. Okay, so my 11 through my 15 here. Or did you get to finish your top 10, Tanner?
I made it to
Before I
4.
start.
I made
Sorry,
it to
go ahead,
4.
go ahead, go ahead. Yes, okay, go ahead. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
After
Let's go,
after
come
I
on.
got A&M, I have Ole Miss, and then I have Texas Tech. What they see on the field, I got to give it to them. Then I have OU.
At 7, is that where you're at?
I have OU at 7, and
Okay.
then at 8 I have BYU, and I think really to me after the top 7, I think 8 to 10 you can kind of change up. I'm only putting BYU there. Just, I mean 9-1, and then I have Alabama. It's hard to put there. I think if you put Alabama and BYU in the same field, I would pick Alabama. And then
Yeah.
at number
Yeah.
10, I can't read that. I had to scroll up. At number 10, I have Vanderbilt. And then I
Oh
have
wow. Okay.
I think Vanderbilt's
Wow.
a good team.
Okay. Yeah.
This poses a question. Do we think they'll let 2 Big 12 teams in?
I don't know, man.
Because Tech
I
and
don't know.
BYU will play in the Big 12 championship, right?
I
If they
think
both win
though.
out,
I don't think
when they
BYU. Well,
Tech
I don't
already
think they're
beat
going to have a
BYU,
big
right?
chance to rise up in the AP or in the rankings at this point in the season with who's in front of them. Personally, like obviously, OU could drop one of their last 2 games, even though they're going to be favored at home. But like Ohio State ain't going to lose any of their last 2 games before the conference chip. Neither is Indiana. Texas A&M is going to go 1-1 at worst with their final 2 games. Same thing for Georgia and Ole Miss, I think.
Shit. Well, BYU
And
still
Tech's
got some
got 1
games
game
left.
left. So like that's what I'm saying. Like nobody really in front of BYU has a great chance to lose other than like Oregon and Oklahoma. And like if BYU gets into the conference chip and then loses, I don't think they're in. Because what win do you hang your hat on if you're BYU?
Well,
Utah?
that's what I'm
If
saying. I
you
think
lost
you have
Utah,
I
to.
mean, they play Cincinnati this weekend, who's ranked like
Yeah.
25.
Cincinnati's not going to
Yeah.
be ranked in Tuesday night's playoff rankings though, because
I don't think
Cincinnati
so.
got lost again. They lost to Arizona 30 to
They're a
25.
3-loss team, and I don't think
They're not going to be ranked come Tuesday night. So
I don't think 2 teams.
interesting top 10 though, man. Interesting top 10.
I'm going a little bit off the eye test here, and I think you put some of these teams
Yeah.
on the field. I mean, I don't think Oregon's that good, and I could be
I
so wrong.
would agree with
There's a
you.
chance that
And
OU
I
could
mean,
see Oregon, and I hopefully I don't have to eat my words.
that's fair. But so my 11 through 15 here. So I had Bama at 10. I've got Utah at 11. I've got Vanderbilt at 12. And again, this is where things get kind of weird. I've got Miami at 13. I've got Notre Dame at 14. And then I've got the Fighting Lincoln Rileys at 15. I've got USC at 15. So Utah, Vandy, Miami, Notre Dame, USC. That is my 11 through 15. Tate, what do you got? Or do you
Yeah.
have any thoughts
No,
about it?
I have 11. I got Notre Dame. 12. I have
Mhm.
Utah. So that's now 3. I have 3 Big 12 teams right now in the top 12. And
Yeah.
then 13, I also have Miami.
Mhm.
And then 14, I have Vandy. And 15, this one was tough for me because I really biased. I was gonna put Texas, but I put Georgia Tech
At
just
what
because
number?
15.
Oof. All right. You said you got Georgia Tech there?
Yeah. Now, only reason is because Georgia Tech does have 1 loss, and
Yeah, I agree with that.
that's really why I really that my 16 through 20, 16 through 19, you could probably put at 15. personally.
because it's a lot of jumbled around 2-loss teams, and
Yeah.
I actually have
Even
Texas
20, honestly, my 20, you could probably put him in there too. But that just,
So
would show too much bias, in my opinion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So go through read it off again real quick. Your 11 through 15.
So
Just go back through
11
it.
Notre Dame, 12
Yeah.
Utah, 13 Miami, 14 Vandy, and 15 Georgia Tech.
All right. We both had Miami the same.
Yeah.
At 13. So Tanner, who do you got? 11 through 15.
I only made a top 10. I did not have time.
That's fine. That's fine.
No biggie.
That's fine.
And looking back now, I kind of forgot about Miami. I'm not sure if I may have. I think
Would you have put them in the top 10 though?
No,
I think, but listen,
my top 10.
I think you have
Y'all
to.
just made me slightly second guess Vanderbilt. That's where I'm at right now, second guessing.
That's fair. I don't know if Miami doesn't really have anything that would put them up to a top 10 team. I think, at least not right now. I mean, you can put them in front of Notre Dame. That's their best win, but Notre Dame also has 2 losses. So, and Notre Dame's right behind
teams coming out of the ACC. I just kind of forgot about them.
The ACC is going to be a 1-bid league, if that, though.
Forever. Until they expand it again, which is inevitable.
Yeah.
Well, and if Clemson is this bad, man, like, they're going to struggle to get a team in. Say what?
Recruiting is not that great either.
No, it's not. It's not. So 16 through 20, I'll just roll through it real quick. Georgia Tech at 16. I've got Michigan at 17, Virginia at 18. And then I've got 3-loss Texas at 19. And in the notes next to it, it says they got bitch slapped by Georgia again. And then I've got Tennessee at 20. So I've got Georgia Tech, Michigan, Virginia, Texas, and Tennessee on 16 through 20. And this is where it turns into a crapshoot. 16 through 25 is a crapshoot.
Yeah. We're almost similar, I guess. So I got Texas at 16, Michigan at 17, Virginia at 18, SC at 19, and Tennessee, 3-loss Tennessee at 20 as well. So, I think you can interchange that with number 15 with Tech, though. So.
Yeah. Dude, this might be interesting to you guys. You can let me know. I've got 3 G5 teams in 20 through 25. I've got 3 of them.
I also have 3, but there's 3 in the AP too. So.
Oh, is there really? Well,
yeah.
AP kind of knows. Okay, the AP does not know ball, by the way. I like how they release each AP voter's vote. Dude, one person had Texas ranked in the top 6 and OU ranked like 11 or something like that. Alabama was also ranked in front of OU in this AP poll. How do these people have a vote? How do these people have a vote, man?
Journalists, bro.
That's crazy, dude. But I've got JMU at 21, Tulane at 22, North Texas at 23, and then Houston at 24. And hey, just to prop OU up a little bit here, I threw Missouri in at 25. So
with the same teams. I got North Texas at 21, Missouri at 22, Houston 23, Tulane 24, and James Madison at 25.
Oh shit, dude! Identical teams, different order.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, Tanner, sorry that I kind of dropped it on you quick. I texted you within 2 hours of starting this podcast, and you were obviously doing stuff. But
I was having a terrible time, is what I was doing, and I did my best.
This is the fun stuff. So real quick, guys, I want to ask your opinion. James Franklin to Virginia Tech. Any quick thoughts about that?
Great hire.
It doesn't move the needle for me. I mean, if you can't win at Penn State, I don't see you going to Virginia Tech and winning.
I can understand that.
I thought that was outside of Lane Kiffin. I thought that was LSU's best chance. Having a decent hire is at least he has a name. Besides him, I'm just not sure who LSU is going to go get.
Yeah.
I actually for a while there, I thought he was going to go to Arkansas, and I thought that would be.
I think a lot of people thought
hire
that.
For Arkansas. That would have been. I thought that was a home run hire for Arkansas. And you got some Walmart money there. They start throwing in the NIL deal. It could be great, but it doesn't move the needle for me there. I mean, I think. He made. I mean, unless he just starts, having 11-win seasons and giving them a chance to make the playoffs, I think we won't see him again in the SEC or any major coaching job or Big Ten. I mean,
I think that's interesting because Tatum, I want you to share your thoughts because you've been saying that you think that it's a great hire. So I want to see what you think about it.
Yeah. Well, James Franklin, he won. He did win a lot at Penn State. He just couldn't beat the specific teams, which that sucks. But that specific team has proven to be college football's best team year in year out,
Yeah.
right? So that's hard to fucking do. I get that. The thing is with James Franklin though is he outside of the wins at Penn State and not against the big teams, he is fucking that big team losing. That was him before. So when he was at Vandy, it was you got he brought them. They were trash. They were terrible, terrible, terrible. And he brought them to literal mid like 500 seasons. So that's great. And then he gets hired by Penn State, and he does kind of turn Penn State positively. They were coming off, and right when he got hired was when they were coming off the what happened right with all them folks,
The Sandusky stuff, yeah.
Sandusky and then Joe Paul just croaking.
They had
You know what I
they,
mean?
they had a bunch of sanctions on them, didn't they?
Oh yeah.
For a long time, I think there was some.
Well,
Like,
I think
years.
once right when he got hired is when they were getting lifted.
So he had to eat all that shit up. I think it's a great hire for one because if Virginia Tech's serious about becoming a real program again and not just the entrance that they have, that he could do it. Now the thing is, I think it's a stepping stone. I don't know how. I gotta see how old he is, but I think it's another stepping stone job. I don't see him
Oh yeah,
being
yeah.
there for long because I think what he's gonna try to do is go there and turn Tech around and try to bounce back with another big time job in the future. That's why I think. And I think he could do it. And the thing is, with that, there's not. I don't think there's much pressure there compared to being
Mhm.
at Penn State. So now he has a little bit more time, maybe, to kind of take a second to think about things differently rather than what he was having to do there. I'm sure he had people in his ear left and right as well. I can't imagine being at a school like that. There's not some type of booster talking. These guys
Yeah.
talking over here, and he wasn't doing bad. He lost a game in college football. Loss can hurt you whether it's a short term loss or it ends up being long term. But a lot of times
I
you
don't
don't
think he
lose
should
that.
have been.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't think he should have been fired as quick as he did.
Interesting.
I don't think. I
Interesting.
mean, I think with what he's done at Penn State, you at least give him the season to try and figure it out.
I agree. You probably give him the season. The same thing with Mike Gundy, though. I think you give those guys the season too. If you're gonna fire him, give him the season. Let him finish the season, and
Yeah,
then I don't know
I
how
agree.
that if it's something that has involved with recruit. You got to go and recruit if you're going to go to the next school. I guess you do have to get there as early as possible. Maybe they're doing them a favor, but getting beat up mid-season like that is
Mhm.
one. It really kind of tarnishes a reputation that neither
Uh-huh.
of those guys deserve to have tarnished. Especially Mike. As much shit as I talked on him, he's done amazing things for Oklahoma State, and he got his reputation tarnished overnight
Mhm.
because they decided to make a quick decision. That right there,
But
those types of guys need to.
yeah,
I think they should wait personally.
I
But
agree,
yeah,
especially because like James Franklin wasn't going to get fired after last season after going to the Big Ten championship and then going to the playoff and winning a playoff game. But like the Mike Gundy thing, they should have fired Mike Gundy at the end of the last season.
yeah,
Why did
I
you even
agree.
start the season with Mike Gundy
Yeah.
as your head coach? And then at that point,
They
why
should
not just
have.
ride it out? It's not like it's gotten better since you fired him. I mean, you're playing
They
teams
should have
closer, but you're still
fired
losing.
Mike Gundy when Spencer Sanders went to went to Ole Miss. I mean, when you let him walk
Well,
because of a fight with Casey Dunn,
that's
you
fair, but
deserve to be
also
fired.
they went to the Big 12 championship right after that, also the year after
They
that.
did. They did.
And then that same exact team went and won 3 games.
Fluke
By the
ass
way,
team.
this is my
They
weekly OSU rant. Hope you guys are still enjoying not playing Bedlam. You know, all these other non-con games you've got scheduled that's going out real well. Guess what? OU has more Big 12 wins since we left the Big 12 than Oklahoma State has the last few years. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Whatever.
I
You
almost
can't
feel
play
bad
Bedlam
for him.
every
Like I
year.
don't even know if I want to.
I do not.
I feel
I do
bad.
not.
I just
I
feel
don't.
like that. I
I
mean,
feel bad for my
you
friends
have.
that are
I think.
OSU
I
fans.
think. I think the Cowboys have one chance right here to get the right hire, and
There's so many names it could be, man. Like,
I
it ain't gonna be
think
Zach Robinson though. He ain't leaving the NFL for that.
He's not a great hire either. He's just an
maybe
alum.
if you want a school to give you NIL, and this could be ridiculous, but a school to
Let's
get
hear it.
some NIL, get some motion going, get Oklahoma State somewhat back on the map if they were on the map, you know, 2015 range. I would say
Hey,
back
they
on
were
the
really
map.
They were good to
they were competitive
2010s.
in the they were like the third best team, second best team in the Big 12 for the from 2010 to like 2020.
In the early 2010s, they were kind of rocking too.
There's
For me.
one
Yeah.
coach that wants to get back into coaching, and it's Ed Orgeron right there. And I think he's the best
Oh wow. Yeah.
fit for what that program wants to be, which is a different type of school. Ohio or Oklahoma State's just a different type of experience than what you're going to get at most schools, and I think that's a good coach to kind of fit that mold. I don't know if he can grow a mullet though. That's the only thing he might be lacking.
Hey, Tatum can grow a mullet, man.
Ever since
It's
Mike
impressive.
Gundy got that fucking mullet, Oklahoma State kind of trended down.
It's when he cut it. That's the issue.
We should never.
I
we
did.
should
Hey,
never
I
got
rock with the mullet, man. If there's anybody that could rock it, it's Mike Gundy. So,
Yeah, he looked good doing it, but fuck him for trying to fight Tom Herman too and thinking he won that shit. Fucking pussy.
Mike Gundy won that
Nah,
100%. He
fucking
made
Tom
Tom
Herman
Herman
would
look
have
like a little
fucked him
bitch,
up, dude.
dude.
He would have fucked
It's like Tom Herman
Did
tried to
have it
fight
on the
everybody.
field. Didn't Oklahoma State win that game?
Yes, we got our fucking
Yeah.
beat us. Breckenhager got into a fight at the end of the game. Fucking idiot.
Oh, that pussy. Breckenhager sucks, dude. Cody
was-
Ford made him his bitch.
Well, he was just so overhyped because the only thing he had going for him was fucking hair. That's what it was, and he was a legacy at Texas. His dad was a dog.
Where is Tom Herman now?
He just got fired at FAU actually. Yeah.
But I thought that was earlier though. Like last year, he got fired.
Did he get fired? I thought that was. Well,
I thought that was like
offseason.
before the season started. Yeah, before the season started. So I guess he's not doing anything right now. Yeah, dude, it's not been great. Where's Charlie
his
Strong?
most recent head coaching job was FAU. Florida Atlantic. He got fired. Well,
all right, guys. Well, we are an hour 20 into this thing, and I'll kind of leave it up to you guys. The last thing I've got here was talking about this next week's games. I think we just go through the pick'ems. Like I've got a whole preview for OU Missouri, but I mean, there's not really a lot to say. I think OU should win this game by 2 scores, and my score prediction will reflect that. And I don't think any quarterback playing makes a difference. I think Bro Prabula gives them a better chance, but I don't think it moves the needle to where they win the game. I've got OU to beat Missouri 24-10. That's the first week or the first game of our 5 pick'ems. So I'll just go through you guys. You can say as much as you want. If you want to just give a winner, that's fine. If you want to give a score prediction as well, go ahead. But if you want to look at the notes, I've already updated it for this week.
Yeah.
Who our pick'ems are. So game 1, and again, it's not the greatest slate this week. You know, it's that weekend in November where a bunch of SEC teams play cupcakes. It's just that's kind of where it's at. And I'm not going to include Texas in that because at least they're playing a conference game. So, and it's kind of a trap game. I will say, might be a trap game. We'll see. But I think Texas wins that game by 10. That's not a pick 'em. But so yeah, I've got OU beating Missouri. OU's favored by 8.5 right now. I've got OU 24-10. Tanner, since you're the guest and alphabetically you'd be up next, I'll let you give your pick between OU Missouri, and you can give a score if you want.
I got on OU Missouri. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I mean, I think Missouri's going to try to run the ball the whole time. I have OU 24, Missouri 3.
Ooh,
I don't think Missouri's going to find the end zone. I don't think you can run the ball consistently on this defense, and I don't think they can pass the ball on the field.
I agree. But also, what worries me is that we've not played a running back as good as Ahmed Hardy. So
that's yeah.
But I think that we've played. I mean, Keywan Lacey is really good, really, really good.
I think
we held him to 70-something yards.
Yeah, I think we played better offenses.
Yeah.
Think
the quarterback will hold back.
I think. I mean, if you shut down the run game for Oklahoma, you win the game.
Unless you're Alabama, don't lose the turnover battle. So, all right, Tate, who do you got? Missouri, Oklahoma. Give us a score if you want, and tell us why.
I got OU. I don't think it's going to be close.
Does your score kind of rival Tanner's as well?
No, I think OU probably puts 30 up on them.
So I will say, I think Missouri's defense is not bad. I know A&M scored 38, but
I wrote something down here. 30 to 13. I think they get some field goals in there. They probably score one touchdown.
That'd be great, man.
2 field goals.
That would be great.
I think Missouri. The reason I don't think OU will score 30 is only because I think Missouri will try to hold the ball and just wear out that defense as much as they can, just try to wear OU down and run the. I mean, I think they're just going. Their game plan will be, we're going to run the ball down your throat as many times.
And I don't think that'll work out for them personally.
I don't think it will either. No.
Like, for instance, before we move to the next game, Hardy has scored a rushing touchdown in 8 of their 10 games. The 2 games he didn't score in, though, was against Bama and Vanderbilt. So when they play teams with a competent defense, Auburn, Bama, Vandy, and A&M, I'd say they all have competent defenses. His numbers go way, way down. He's rushed for over 100 yards just once in those 4 games, and he averages less than 80 yards per game against those good defenses. And he had just touchdowns in 2 of those 4 games. So, and none of them have the rushing defense that Oklahoma has. So, again, I think OU should be able to just load the box. And like you guys have both said, I think OU wins by 2 scores. I don't think it's going to be as big of a blowout as you guys think, just because I think Missouri's defense really is not bad. I just don't think our offense is that good. But if we figure something out, Missouri is the team to do it against. So, yeah, you said 30-13, Tate?
Yeah.
And you said 24-3, Tanner?
24-3. I don't think Missouri sees the end zone.
All right, I've got 24-10. So we've all got OU to cover and win by 2 scores. So the next one, again, guys, it's not a great slate, but another 11 a.m. game. The Jayhawks at 5-5 go on the road to Iowa State. The Cyclones are 6-4. They're favored by 4.5. I am strictly picking this game based off of vibes and vibes alone, and because of where it's at, I've got Iowa State just because it's being played at Jack Trice Stadium. I think that's a tough place to play, and yeah, that's why I've got the Cyclones in this one. Tanner, what's your pick?
I've got Kansas here. I think you're fighting to get into a bowl game. It's Jalen Daniels' 10th year of college football. And it's his final year. It'll be his final time in this game, and I don't think he wants to leave Kansas, not at least in a bowl game. I mean, I think you can tell he wants to stay.
They'll have another chance if they lose this one.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he wants to stay. I mean, we were watching him at Kansas before COVID. I mean, that's how long he's been there.
Dude,
holy shit!
I knew he'd been there for a long time.
Has it really been that long?
Yeah. Yes. He played against Spencer Rattler at OU. That is how long.
He was a freshman for like 4 years. I swear.
Yes. Yeah. And
he had
his COVID year and 2 medical red shirts. Yeah. I mean, you got to think
the last class for that.
This is his last year. Yeah. This is the last.
So just like in general, is this the last year for the COVID guys? Because it's been 5 years.
Last year of all the COVID guys was last year. He blew out something or broke his collarbone and got an extra year. And that's where I think Bean was that quarterback that they had. That was pretty good.
Jason Bean or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Jason Bean. Yeah, that's where he come from. But I think Jalen Daniels will continue to fight, and I think Iowa State is done, and I don't think their coach has very many more years left there. I think he should have left when he had the chance.
I've been saying that shit for a minute, bro. Matt Campbell.
And I do think Matt Campbell.
Let's not start the Iowa State conversation.
Matt Campbell to Oklahoma State. I could see that being a thing.
That'd be a lateral move, though, no? Kind of a downgrade.
Change of scenery.
Well, where things stand right now, yes, but overall,
Oklahoma a downgrade for him. But if you're getting fired, it would be an upgrade. I think it would be.
Is there better resources though? I mean, they probably have
football.
I would say it has to be easier to recruit. It has to be easier to recruit. Maybe not tight end, but.
I mean, I'm sure
wide receiver, skill player.
We're not ones to talk about tight ends. Our tight ends fucking suck. We have a converted linebacker at tight end, dude. Also, screw you guys. You didn't need Jack injuries, man. We could have taken him. I know he hasn't been great, but we need him.
He's actually been playing.
Need him.
He's been playing when we're using him. He plays well. I mean, we just kind of been shitting the bed the last couple.
You didn't need him, then. Y'all didn't need him,
dude. Yes, we need more. You know what I mean? I think we got a 5-star coming in, low key. So.
OU has a pretty good 4-star tight end coming in, I will say. Beat out, I think, A&M and Ohio State for him, so I feel good about that. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So Tanner has Kansas. I have Iowa State. Tanner, did you give a score in that game?
I did not.
Or do you even want to give? You don't have to give a score if you don't want to.
Don't even got one on that one.
So do you think? Well, I guess they win, so they would cover. So
I think it's going to come down to who has the ball last, and I think it'll be Kansas.
All right, Tate, who you got?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me Iowa State. I don't think Kansas is winning.
Yeah, I've got Iowa State as well. I think Iowa State covers and wins by 6. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say 27-21. That's what I got. So, all right, this is probably the biggest game. This is, I think, the only ranked v ranked matchup possibly for the week. USC at Oregon, man. Oregon right now on Monday, November 17th, is a 9.5 point favorite. Oregon is a 9.5 point favorite. So I don't know, man. I've gone back and forth. I could see a world where USC wins this game for sure, but I just don't think their defense is going to travel against Oregon because, again, Iowa ran for like 200 on them. I know USC won that game, but I mean, Gronowski was playing quarterback, not Dante Moore. It's a bit different to play against Iowa's offense and USC's and Oregon's offense. So I think Oregon wins. I don't think that Oregon covers though. I think will actually be a really good game. Uh, I just think Oregon's going to be too much. I think Oregon wins. I'm going to go 35-31. Oregon wins this game.
Ooh,
So take the over.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I will go USC in this game. I haven't been impressed with Oregon so far this year. They haven't shown that they can score with teams this year. I mean, they're winning their games, but this isn't the same Oregon team I think we've seen last year. They just don't seem as explosive to me, just from what I've seen. Defensively, I think they've been fine, and that could be the difference in this game. I could be wrong here, Chase. This looks like to be the best defense Lincoln Riley's had while he's been in Southern Cal, to me.
Maybe just like since he's been a head coach. I mean, it
seems like he's finally put a defensive staff together. And Lincoln Riley with a defensive staff, I would hate to count
that being
against
said,
him.
Notre Dame did run for 300 yards on them. So, I mean, the defense is better per Lincoln Riley standards. It's not national championship level, though.
300 yards against the Lincoln Riley defense. Lincoln Riley stepped up. He had his best day of the year.
No, just 300 rushing yards. That's not even accounting for passing. Just 300 rushing yards, dude.
I think this game's going to come down to be the same thing. Who has the ball last? I think USC has a better offense. If I'm picking a play caller, I'm going to pick Lincoln Riley. I'm going to go 42-38 USC.
Ooh, okay. All right. So we both have a high-scoring game in that one, but we've got different teams. So, Tatum, you can be the tiebreaker again on this one.
Yeah, give me Oregon.
Oregon? All right, do you have a score or a reason why?
I think Oregon's going to score like 36. 36-28. 36-30. Give me 36-30.
Hey, I said 35-31.
It's the host against the guest. It is what it is today.
I guess we'll see if it stays that way in the notes too, and we'll see who comes out on the good side of that. All right, the final two games here. We'll start with Kansas State, who's 5-5, on the road at 2-loss Utah. Utah's favored by 16.5, man. 16.5.
Trap game?
Hey, maybe, but it's at Utah, and K-State got their shit kicked in by Texas Tech. And Texas Tech is better than Utah, obviously.
And Kansas State doesn't play well in Utah, the state of Utah.
They played with Oklahoma State for 3 quarters last weekend.
Dude. I think Utah wins, but I don't think they cover. I think they win by 13. I'm going to go with, and I don't think either team lights it up offensively, but I'm going to go like 26-13. I feel like it might be a scoregami type game, like 26-13. But so Utah wins, but they don't cover because they're favored by 16.5. That just feels like a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I know K-State has 5 losses, man, but I mean, that just feels like a lot. Who you got, Tanner?
I'm gonna go Utah to cover. I'm not even gonna guess the score on this one. I think it'll be a disgusting game, and I won't even turn it on my TV. I will check the box score once. I'll see Utah up by several touchdowns in the second quarter, and we'll just roll on to next week with them.
So we've both got the same pick here for once. What do you got, Tatum?
Yeah, I got Utah as well. I don't think they're going to cover
though. Still coming against me.
There you go.
No, Chase. No, yeah, I guess it's 2-1.
So I didn't put this game on Pick'ems, but I think it's interesting because it is another ranked matchup. Right now, at least Cincinnati is not going to be ranked when the playoff rankings come out Tuesday, but BYU does go to Cincy. I think BYU wins that game by multiple scores. They're only favored by 2.5, but Cincy has just not been playing well. No. So I'm just going to pick the game. I just think BYU wins. I'm not giving a score. Who do you got, Tanner?
Chase, I think you know how I feel about the greatest running back that should never left OU, and I will never
Walker.
guess again. I would never pick against Tawee Walker. So I'll go Cincinnati here. I will not pick against
Texas
Tawee
fans
Walker
remember
the Great.
Tawee Walker, man.
He
No,
should
I
still
don't.
be in
Should've.
Norman, and I will stand
Well, you
and die on
should.
that hill.
I don't know who that guy is. Tolly Walker.
Well,
that's
he was the
disgusting.
starting
He
running
beat
back
you.
that ran on Texas when last time we beat him. So
When was
ran
that?
all over him with a
I don't
football.
remember that.
Rage bait.
I
Not
just,
fault.
I don't know.
BYU or Cincinnati.
I-
He was
So
the running back that dropped
remember-
that touchdown going in the half.
I remember the recent happenings of Red River. I don't think
I know, but
that's
we're
what-
talking about Tawee Walker, and he's not been a part of the recent Red River games.
I didn't, you know what I mean? So it's like this guy, Tommy Walker, plays in Cincinnati. He can't be that good, right? Is it Cincy?
I mean, he was a part of the last team that OU had that beat
Oklahoma
Texas.
City Great is what we call him.
Is he
Say
from
no.
the? Is he
Be-
from?
Yeah,
Oklahoma?
he's from Oklahoma City.
He's from the Big O.
Yeah, he was a transfer too. BYU and
From
Cincinnati.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, well, give me BYU. I don't think since he competes. No, I do think they compete.
All right. So yeah,
BYU
we're
wins.
Tanner again, but I don't know, man.
Well,
We're
that's
deciding
that's.
to
I'm
see
just
this
not. I
level.
mean, realistically, we'll probably pick BYU there. Just Tawee Walker's my guy. So.
All right, guys, we're over an hour and a half here. This is the final game, and then we're going to wrap it up. Pitt coming off a really bad loss to Notre Dame, lost by 22 on the road at Georgia Tech, who barely skated by Boston College. I think Pitt goes on the road and gets it done, man. Georgia Tech lost to a really bad NC State team who just got beat. Like they got their face beat in. NC State did this last weekend, 41-7 to I think Louisville lost to Clemson, but NC State got their face pounded in this last weekend. I think Pitt goes on the road, and I think they bounce back, man, and they get their 8th win. Georgia Tech's favored by 2.5 at home. That goes to show you that Vegas does not have confidence in Georgia Tech. So I think Pitt wins. And if the spread was flipped, I think Pitt technically would cover. I've got Pitt by 3 instead of Georgia Tech, obviously, who's favored by 2.5. So yeah, I've got Pitt to win this game. I think it'll be close, but I think Pitt wins by 3. That's also what I hope happens. So
Yeah, I don't mean to do this the whole game. I think I got to go against my host here again. And
hey,
the only reason
Haynes
is
King is a dog. I'll say that Haynes King is a dog.
I think we're at the time of the year right now in college football where the team that has something to play for, I think, has the edge. And Georgia Tech has one loss right now. They still have Georgia on their schedule. There's still a chance that they could be a dark horse in this playoff, and I just think they have more to play for. Haynes King, is this Haynes King's final year here?
It's got to be, dude.
Yeah,
It's gotta
he's
be.
been in the league for
Several coaches, several team or programs going after their coach. I think Georgia Tech continues to just figure out ways to win games and roll on. I would take Georgia Tech.
All right.
I'll just take them to cover. I'll take them by 3.
All
Yeah,
right.
Tanner, I'm going to agree with you. I also am going to pick Georgia Tech.
Oh,
I
all
also
right.
think I also think they cover as well. I don't necessarily know what that score is going to be. Probably going to look
3-0.
kind of it's going to be a weird game. But I think he makes a good point because they do have something to play for, like something large to play for. They're still in the hunt of the playoffs. So I definitely think I'm not saying Pitt's a scrappy team, but I think there's more at stake, and I think Georgia Tech knows that. So hopefully, because their coach, he's a damn good coach, real good coach. And Haynes King's looking. Haynes King's looking like a Heisman finalist, right? So, albeit they haven't played the toughest schedule, but
I don't know. I don't know his numbers. I don't know if he's playing like a Heisman finalist right now, but I can't say otherwise. I don't know his numbers off the top of my head.
I don't think anybody's playing like a Heisman finalist this year.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. If I asked you guys to pick a
weird.
Heisman right now, who would you pick?
Mendoza.
Probably. I mean, he's
Mendoza.
the de facto, right?
I think you have to pick Mendoza at this point. I mean, they're going to win out at least regular season.
But
And if he beats Ohio State in the conference chip, I mean,
what a
that'll
season
kind of
that
shake
would be.
up. That'll kind of shake up college football because I don't think there's anyone that thinks that's going to happen. I think Ohio thinks something. I mean, that's a mental.
But that's when
you know what I mean.
I think that's worst case scenario for OU or any SEC team because I think if Ohio State loses in that conference game, that leaves a backdoor entrance to a USC or an Oregon, whoever wins this weekend.
Yeah,
I
possibly.
think it leaves a chance for 3 teams getting in there.
So, all right, man. Well, Tanner, thanks for joining us, man. I know it was short notice and it went a little bit longer than usual, but do you have anything you want to plug for anybody?
No, I do not. Just Boomer. That's all I got to say.
Boomer, baby. I'm with you, man. I hope OU wins this weekend. Tate, it was a lot of fun. this was a little bit cathartic for me, especially getting to exercise some of those receipts from last week. But it was a good college football weekend. This next weekend's not going to be as great. But hey, man, we're coming down to the best time of the year. I told you I'm excited for Thanksgiving football. Next weekend slate. It's going to be fantastic, man. It's going to be fantastic. And then we got the playoff coming in. Texas might sneak in. They've got to have some stuff happen in their favor,
Yeah, a
though.
lot. We got to win out. There's got to be, I think, one or two other teams lose at least one game.
Yeah, you gotta have some things happen in your favor. I mean, OU played that game a bunch. I think a couple of times out of the 4 that they made the playoff, they needed people to lose in the last weekend, and they did. So I mean, it's crazy, man. But I'm excited for it. It's the best time of the year for college football.
One last thing before I go here, I'm going to ask both of y'all. Taylon Green, over under 275 passing yards against Texas.
I'll take the under. I'm gonna take the under.
Under?
Yeah, I don't think he throws for 280 on the road in DKR. No, I think he could throw for like 250, but yeah. I don't think he's going to throw for like 275, 280.
Score prediction in that game?
I don't have a score prediction. I don't want to touch it. It is a trap game, I think, but then Texas could also just beat that ass. So
can go both ways for sure.
I got 34-31 Texas.
It's a 2:30 kickoff.
I think it'll be a slow start for Texas. Arkansas will jump out there, and Texas will overpower.
I think they bounce back.
Well, it was fun, guys. Thank y'all.
Yeah, it was fun, man. Tanner, thanks for joining us. Tatum, I'll give you the final thought, man, to close things out here.
Yeah, that was great. We confirmed it was week 13. Is that right?
Heading into week 13.
Heading into week 13. I don't know. We're going to record again this week.
I don't know. I mean, we talked about this upcoming weekend, so I mean, we'll talk about it. This week is kind of crazy for me, so we'll see.
I don't blame you. Yeah, so week 13 coming in, kind of a iffy slates the next 2 weeks, but Thanksgiving football, next week is going to
be pretty decent.
Yeah, next week is going to be great. It's hard to believe we're this far into the season already.
I know.
Hard to believe we're 7 episodes in, or will be 7 episodes into this podcast.
Yeah.
With the handful of non-published ones. So a lot of people, I just want to say this before we close out, I think a lot of people with as many difficulties that we've had would have just kind of stopped. So I do want to say I think I'm proud of us for continuing to kind of fight through that, especially with the schedules too. I fucking had to move to Illinois for a bit. Tough. We're still kicking it. The Untimed Down is still kicking it. Check out the Fieldhouse Network on YouTube, TikTok. Check out Kobe on TikTok. Hopefully we got some more things coming. I think we're going to try to do something or plan something a little bigger for the playoff time. That'd be cool.
I say next week we rank some Thanksgiving dishes on the pod.
Yeah, I'm in.
I say we do that. We can rank Christmas movies and stuff when we get to Christmas. And hey, Tanner, you watch a lot of college football, man. So this may not be, the last time we have you on.
Yeah, consider it obsessed at this point.
Yeah, it's addicting, man. It is addicting. It's fun. I mean, we've talked for almost 2 hours, and it doesn't feel that way. But anyways, we got to roll out of here.
Next time, I will come more prepared with the top 25 full list.
We'll give you more.
You can just wing it if you want.
We'll give you more than a 2-hour window before next time. So, all right, Tate, close us out, my man.
Yeah. So this is the Quarterback Center Exchange on the Fieldhouse Network. I'm your host, Tate. This is Chase. Thank you, Tanner, for joining us. It's been fun. Please check us out on YouTube and TikTok and go give a comment, like, and subscribe.